we're going to talk about what you mentioned because last week you closed on a really strong point, but then in talking to you,
about that. If you want to, we can.
Talk about what?
He's talking about when you closed on how it's amazing that the black African American. It's amazing that they're still alive after everything they've been through. And I mentioned to Nick, I said
the testimony to that. Yeah, go ahead, keep on.
I mentioned to Nick that, and this is not comparing it, but I would say I told Nick in private, I think it's actually a miracle that any of us are alive today because of all the travesties and everything that's occurred to not only the African American, but also all the tribes in Africa to this day, with even the cobalt mining and all that stuff. I don't think we need to talk about that.
I think it'd be good to talk about, man, because really, and I'm not a huge fan of. I don't believe so much in comparing pain. Comparing suffering.
That's why I wasn't going to try to.
But still, we should acknowledge it, though. I mean, like many people who are on Earth right now. Mm-hmm. It's actually quite impressive.
Even outside, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's and that's why, like, even with regard to Florida, with with them trying to cover up slavery or trying to change the narrative on slavery, nah, man, talk about that. You know what I'm saying that, like, and we could celebrate the fact that, in spite of all this persecution, these people still remain and thrive.
No, what do you mean? You said Florida's covering up slavery?
Yeah, Florida. Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. I think we're good. Just go. So we talked about it last week when we mentioned how Florida right now I believe Florida passed an ordinance or a law. I'm not I don't know the right word, but Florida has passed something where they'll be teaching in schools that slaves actually benefited from slavery, that they developed skills, learned skills that benefited them from slavery.
To speak on that, one thing I will say is that let's be real with ourselves. Are we basing that off of what we know Florida is doing, or are we basing off what the media said they're doing? Have we actually read? What's the guy's name? Gavin Newsom? Is that his name?
No, that's California.
Okay, yeah.
He's the governor.
Who's the governor of Florida that's doing all this?
DeSantis.
Have we read his concepts behind what's going on? Have we read?
That's a good point.
Now, mind you, like I imagine what they're doing is full of shit.
Yeah.
But have we read it ourselves? Are we basing it off of what the media is saying?
No.
Is there a bill?
Well, it looks here, it's saying Florida's 2023 social studies curriculum will include lessons on how slaves developed skills that could be used for personal benefit, according to a copy of the state's academic standards reviewed by CBS.
All right, there it is.
So, I'm reading a copy of the state's academic standards, and what does it look like? I can tell you off the top, it doesn't really matter what it looks like. I have a question about that. One second.
Before you have that question, can I make a statement on it real quick?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the statement I want to make is that, like, when I first heard about them whitewashing slavery in schools, whitewashing, like, just whatever might have happened to our people.
Now, whitewashing is usually when you take something and then you
assimilate
it, and then you make it white.
Let me rephrase it. I guess I would say, like,
trying to clean up slavery.
Yeah, not whitewashing, but like what's the better word? Downplaying. That's a good word. I think everybody knows what I'm trying to
make it all. Trying to make it all rainbows and unicorns.
Yeah,
right?
making it as if it's like a part of history that's not to be ashamed of.
It's a Mandela effect.
Yeah, like just when I first heard about them changing the story.
Okay,
right?
Which is what's happening.
Like, my first concept was like, I don't give a shit. The reason why is because I'm gonna teach my kids how horrific these people are. Like I don't mind teaching my kids about real history because they're not gonna learn about real history anyway. When they go to school, are they gonna really learn about real history, or are they learn about the Battle of Gettysburg and the Battle of Nonsense? Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I don't care what they're learning about, in school, because when they go to school, I don't want no European Roman system teaching my children about historical,
Their history.
not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm good. I'll teach them their history.
There's more to the story.
Yeah, sure. Like, I mean, like, I don't want them teaching about anything. So
Yeah,
I don't care if you whitewash anything because you're lying to them already. So I mean, who cares? I mean, like, whatever. I'll teach it. I'll take care of that at home. I'll have books at home.
As a person who's familiar with education, though, the tough part is that every household is going to be getting a different story then. So if parents, and I have no problem with parents actually, I mean, that actually brings more to education. So I have no problem with students going home and getting more in-depth curriculum by way of their parents and the books they have at home, and then bringing it back to school. But then also too, you know, some parents
It's gonna start fights.
It's gonna start a problem. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you know, parents, you know, you think children lie? Shoot, man. Students lie, and parents lie too. You know what I mean? So
And also, you send your children to school like ticking time bombs.
Oh man!
When they hear something, they're like, "Hold on, wait," and then they raise their hand and they make the whole class be like, "Teacher's dumb."
What do you mean parents lie too?
Well, Ron DeSantis is a parent. Mm-hmm. So do you think he's telling do you think he's telling his children the truth about slavery?
Of course not. No.
Yeah. So
But here's the thing.
But wait. Well, why not?
why not?
Why wouldn't Ron DeSantis tell his children the truth about slavery?
Why would he
Well, that's a
not?
good point.
Why would he
Too.
not?
I see why you're asking that question because
I mean, like,
You
no,
think
it
he's
might-
telling his? You
no,
think,
it might-
I don't know. I'm just saying, why would he not? Like, for example,
of course not. I mean, like,
I don't see why a parent would purposely lie to their child about something that's easily confirmable, because then as a parent you lose credibility.
Oh, I didn't see where you were going with that.
You didn't see where I was going with that?
No, I didn't.
I just real talk. I didn't see it either. I was like, why would?
I just don't see. I don't see. Look, I'm reading the thing.
So you're saying that he's inclined to tell his children the truth?
You want credibility with your children because children sense lies very well.
I've heard about that.
And if your child thinks you're lying, you're finished.
Yeah, he's talking about.
You can't tell them anything else after that. You know, you can't, especially if he thinks you're lying intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I mean, no, that's you know, that's where you
but
get
parents
breach
hold
contract.
truth from children all the
whole
time.
truth is different than telling a lie.
So they're not gonna come out here and say, you know, back in the day, our forefathers were
I
evil.
didn't say that.
Were
I'm
evil.
saying. You said Ron DeSantis is telling his children an untruth about slavery. Like,
No, actually, he said that he just simply said, "Do you think that he's going to be telling the truth to his children?"
why not? It's easily confirmable. Why not?
Put yourself in his shoes.
Well, here's the point.
Yeah.
I'm reading right here. This is from the state's academic curriculum, whatever. Directly from Florida State is section SS 68 AA or AA.2.3. Benchmark clarification. Clarification 1. Instruction includes how slaves developed skills, which in some instances could be applied for their personal benefit. That's true. That's true.
In some instances,
That is true. But see, here's the point I'm making.
and personal benefit.
Yeah. If you were if you were a slave, remember right after slavery, we had sharecropping.
Yes.
The people who knew how to farm were the slaves. Those slaves that came off immediately when slave ended, and they became sharecropping.
Which
Sharecropping.
sharecropping is when you don't own the land, but you share the land
Yes.
with someone and then develop.
If
crops
I
after
own the
that.
land
Yeah.
and I'm a professional farmer, if I'm farming on the land and you own the land, and I'm a professional farmer, I can screw you backwards, and you won't know a damn thing. You're making a face. It's the same thing. I'm a petroleum engineer. I don't own the block where the operators is we're producing the oil.
where you're doing the
Yeah, but he can't tell me a damn thing about that block. He knows nothing. I can lie to him all day, and I can fudge the numbers. He
But
won't
now,
know
hold
what
on.
I'm doing.
You got to land though. The reason why you got to land is because you have to understand that the Romans who create that curriculum, they're in no way saying that in order to like.
Well, see that. Hold on, that's not my point. When they make these statements, remember, this is why I say that conservatives aren't real conservatives. They're conservative until they have to take accountability in America. When they have to take accountability, they kind of ease back because they don't want to say anything that makes people say, I did something wrong.
Okay, that's the reason why they're not complete conservatives. In this case, what they're talking about, they're saying something, well, in slavery, these guys learned stuff that could be used to their personal benefit. Okay? Here's my point. My point is, so that's the point. What's the why? I would love to ask the governor of Florida. Okay, that's like saying there are slaves that when they fought the slaves against each other, the guys who fought got really, really good at fighting, really strong. Okay, that's true. What's your point? You see my point? So my question, I would more so question Florida's intention behind saying it, but the statement is true. You see what I'm saying?
Isn't their intention apparent?
No, it's not. I have no idea what they're. I think that. Well, yeah, it is. Their intention is to avoid accountability. That's what I think it is.
Yeah, sure.
So that's what I'm saying. If we challenge them by saying, "Why are you saying that?"
Ooh, good question.
then they're forced to answer the question. But if we're sitting there arguing, what do you mean? They use it for their benefit. Because if you focus on that, they'll say, "Well, we're right," and they are.
Yeah.
So my point: forget focusing on the statement of whether it's true or false.
Ask them why they're saying that.
Why
are you bringing that up? So what?
Yeah.
What's your point?
Yeah.
Oh well, just what did they say? I'm just saying that slavery was good. Dare I say a good thing? Is that what you're trying to say? Are you trying to say you did us a favor?
But look, but there are some conservatives. There are some people that actually go that far.
Then make them say it.
And
make them say it.
Make them say it on camera.
Make them say it. And when they say it, you say, "There you go." You shake their hand. Congratulations. You said something really stupid. Because by the way, I've heard so-called black people say, "Thank God for slavery. I didn't want to be over there in Africa."
Yeah.
I've heard them say it. I heard them say it. So it's not just them. Yeah. People say silly things all the time. And my argument with this is, people say, because I know some people will say, "Well, yeah, it's true. We benefited from slavery." Okay, wait a minute. There's a people that in Africa. Now remember, not all slaves came from Africa. There were plenty of indigenous, so-called black people that were here.
Yeah.
And at this point, we've admixed so much, you have common ancestors. So but for sure, there are people that you took from in Africa. You see what I'm saying? And you took from some of the best from our society. You took some of the worst, some of the worst, but you took some of the physically best from the African society. Yeah. Why am I saying that? Because the ones who got on that slave ship, if you survived, you were an animal.
Yeah,
you were tough as nails. Yeah. And now those genes are here, admixing with the natives here. Dude, come on.
LeBron James.
You got LeBron James. Zion Williamson. Kevin Garnett. So where are they breeding these people?
Of course.
You guys are idiots.
Bill Burr said it best. It was like he said Bill
Burr?
Yeah, Bill Burr was talking about Hitler, and Hitler was like, "We're gonna dominate. We're gonna make the superior race." He's like, "I think we already did that."
I think we already did that. Yeah,
on accident. Like, we
did it by accident.
Persecuting these guys for 400 years, now they're dunking on us and shit like that. Shit is crazy.
Now they can't be stopped.
Yeah, straight up. That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah. With those kind of genes, you're not stopping that.
So you took that from West Africa.
Yeah.
We don't know if you took Neil deGrasse Tyson's cousin from West Africa. We have no idea what West Africa would be.
Sure.
There's a great book.
Very true. Very true.
What it's called? I think it's called Germs, Guns, and Steel. You should read that book.
Germs, Guns, and Steel. Mm-hmm.
It's a great book.
That's the list. Yeah.
And so people always say, "Well, Africa, you guys were in the backwoods because you guys are stupider than us." Well, that's not true.
That's scientifically not true.
Well, of course, when you have a continent that is the most genetically diverse. As Neil deGrasse Tyson said,
you have the dumbest, and you have the smartest.
You got the smartest, you got the tallest, you got the shortest, you got the ugliest, you got the most beautiful. Yeah. Too diverse to say that we're just stupid. Now, the book Guns, Germs, and Steel, Germs, Guns, and Steel, the author had a very fascinating hypothesis, and it made sense. He said, no, Africa developed the way it developed because of its shape.
Explain.
Okay,
wow.
Good. Yeah, watch this.
I'm looking for this book.
He said, no. A continent that is more latitudinally elongated.
Latitudinally,
whatever.
That'd be longitudinally.
Yes.
No.
Correct. No, he's right. Longitude.
No, latitude is here.
No, latitude. This is latitude. Gabe.
Latitude is the line.
He's right.
I'm right.
Yeah,
latitudinally.
Right. Because if you have more latitude,
you're longer. Don't do me like that. I'm an engineer.
That was pretty good.
Don't do me like
Damn.
that.
So lateral movement is not from side to side?
No. Well, latitude is side to side, but if you have more latitudes,
It's
like
longer.
having more inches.
Latitude,
You're longer.
yes.
Yeah, you're longer.
Yes.
Because you have more latitudes. So you have more.
That's what they say in planes when they.
I'm confused.
You're gaining more elevation. Exactly right. Same thing. Yeah. So if you're gaining more elevation, you are getting
Yeah.
you're getting higher.
So longitudinally shaped continents like this.
So
Longer continents.
Okay, cool. Longer continents. All right.
And information, because the sun goes this way,
Of course.
information travels slower.
Yes.
Why? Because the people in the equator don't need guns, right? They don't have germs, and they don't need steel. They have everything they need in the tropics. They can be butt naked.
Yeah.
They don't need anything. They don't need cars. Say, man, if I need food, it's right there. I have my shelter. Everything is good. Now, when you go to Europe, that is. So, for example, you have another example. The part of Africa that gets cold at the bottom, there are things that they suffer in the bottom of in South Africa that we'll never even know exists in Nigeria.
Yeah.
They got penguins down there.
Yes.
It snows down there.
Yeah.
In East Africa, you got also snow. You got strawberries. You got apples. You got all kinds of things. In North Africa, you got bears. They're dead now. The short-faced bear is dead. But they had bears. We didn't have bears in West Africa.
Yeah.
Imagine if we had bears in West Africa.
Good Lord.
We wouldn't have survived. They was eating us all. So now,
Okay.
So my point is, because Africa's built long, this is what this guy in this book talked about. Information traveled on a need-to-know basis and slowly. If you learn something in South Africa that had to deal with cold, I didn't need it.
Yeah.
So they say necessity is the mother of invention. Now you go to Europe. You got Europe that's long this way.
Yes.
And as far as on the same, they're on the same. The continent's basically the same latitude.
Yes.
So they have the same problems.
Yeah.
They got disease in the cold that spreads like wildfire, and everybody dies.
And they're all competing for
They're
the same
all.
reason.
Europe was in war for what 1,000
Yeah,
years.
the bubonic plague and all
They
that.
had all kinds of crap. So everything that somebody learned, if somebody was on this side, on Western Europe and learned, hey, God, I have a cure for the bubonic plague, everybody got it.
Yeah.
If somebody in Eastern Europe got dynamite from China, everybody got it.
Yeah.
If somebody in Central Europe started working with metallurgy and building buildings, they got look what we did. Everybody got it. So information traveled very quickly.
And it had to. You can
It
beat
had
the
to.
resource.
You guys wouldn't have survived.
Yeah, that's true.
So now in Africa, while you're sitting there, putting on woolly mammoth skin,
Yeah.
and your population doesn't, expand very quickly because of your genetic whatever. You're surviving the cold. You have bubonic plague. You're living in caves. And I'm not insulting people. They're living in caves. They're going through all this crap.
Yeah.
And they're saying we're smarter because we develop all these things. People in Africa say they eat mango. We have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
We're chilling.
Yeah.
Other Africans are dumb. We don't need it.
Yeah.
That's the fact. We just didn't need it.
Yeah.
And even to this point, now you have Romans bringing in. I don't like saying white, black. That's not how I am.
Yeah. You're a
You have
geographical guy.
You have Romans bringing things into Africa that's saying we're making your life better. No, you're not.
Yeah.
You make us think it's better, and most Africans that are uneducated think, oh well, because you brought this to me, now we're smarter, we're better. You know how sick air conditioning makes me?
Yeah.
I hate air conditioning, but Africans now Africans say I can't live without it. So, dude, you were living without it for 1,000 years and you survived. Now all of a sudden you can't live without it.
Yeah.
So now the AC is destroying people's immune system. We're eating pork now in Africa.
Because you're sucking in Freon and all that.
All that garbage. You say air conditioning is not good for your health at all.
They eat pork now in Africa?
Oh man, it's crazy.
Like what parts?
Am I sure?
What parts?
Name it.
Everywhere?
That's
weird.
I mean, you want me to start talking about it? Nigeria, Cameroon, South Africa's been eating ham because the Boers brought it in. I mean, the Romans brought in everything, and they told us it's better for Africa.
They brought pigs in.
Just you can correlate the I saw the CDC had something about the an epidemiological graph of infectious diseases in Africa. And if you take that graph and line it up with when Romans colonized Africa, it's almost exact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I remember I got mad.
I
one
mean,
time.
because we could easily say that that European Roman, everywhere they've gone, they've made it better, right? No, we can't say that. We really can't.
That's
We
silly.
can't really say that.
That's
Yeah,
silly.
you're right.
And
yeah.
look now.
We can't
So
really say
now
that.
back to the point about Florida.
All right.
Are there some things that Romans brought in that made Africa better? Of course. And there are lots of things that African brought to Rome that made them better.
Oh, yeah.
So what do we? So here's the
showers.
point. So they like showers, yeah. That's true. In France, they were showering like once a month. It's a big deal to get a shower.
Matter of fact, they don't shower now.
Yeah.
Because like they have discussions about that all the time about how like you wash your feet. I don't wash my feet.
I saw an article the other day that said it's not that in America.
Yeah,
they said
today.
They said it's unhealthy to shower every day.
Yeah, there you go.
I said, oh, I've heard about that too.
Yeah.
I saw an article the other day. Like seriously,
I've read those articles though. Like that.
tell an African that.
Okay.
Yeah, who jumps in the river every day, twice a day? Africans all the time.
Yeah, wash your balls, man.
Yeah, all that stuff they talk about black people not being able to swim in Africa. They swim in Africa a lot.
Yeah.
Shoot, they all.
Every black person in South America, like all those Brazilians, they swim. They swim to the bottom of the ocean. Touch the bottom.
You ever seen Dad swim?
Dad's swimmer.
He can go.
Christ,
Yeah, he can go.
Dad can swim. He's
Yeah,
like
he
a
can
fish.
go. Yeah, he can go.
You know,
That's crazy.
I mean, but he was a Biafran captain too. Who knows what things he's had to.
Man, that's crazy.
He's killed people.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Now on that note too, so on the note of diversity or genetic diversity, and we started with the struggle, because I don't want to compare struggles, but months ago you and I were talking offline about, because you said, I don't like comparing struggle. Oh, I found the book, by the way, Guns, Germs, and Street. Guns, Germs, and Steel.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna add that to my favorites really quick. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna add that. And
Good book, really good book.
Yeah, I'll make sure to review that one. That's
And let me guess, it's a Roman author.
It's a Roman author.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
No. My point is this.
Yeah.
They are more interested in us than we are. Like even the book.
Hey, man, don't get us canceled, man.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Dude.
Even the book about melanin is written by a Roman person.
Dude,
Oh no, there's a book about melanotropic peptides.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it is now, but at one point, all 3 volumes were $10,000.
Yes.
So who's hiding what?
Yeah.
What are they studying about melanin and melanotropic peptides and what it does?
Meanwhile, our people be like, but you need sunburn. You need a sunblock, sunscreen.
People need to do some research on that on a company called Celgene. You'll know what they're doing with melanin.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
So I didn't start.
Cadmus real.
I didn't start as formally though. But first, I should say this. I should have said that this production is simply for education, empowerment, and some entertainment. While we share experiences aimed at deeper understanding, it is not to discriminate or offend. So I wanted to make sure that I put.
Why'd you say that?
Except for him, except for you guys, you don't mind offending people.
I don't mind offending people.
I will offend.
All right, so last week I will offend. I will offend.
I will offend. I will be offensive, not defensive. And
we're not gonna be on here long, man. I'm telling you right
offense.
now. All right, so
last
week I will give offense to your offense.
Oh God,
I will remain on the offense.
So last week you mentioned how the existence of the indigenous African American, indigenous dark.
I call them Aboriginal Americans.
Aboriginal American. Thank you. So those people, the people who are here that we can relate to, at least brown color wise, is actually evidence of a test. It's actually evidence of a testament, a tribute to. Their survival. No, you've actually, which is a great point. I mean, that genetic piece is huge. Mm. Well, we're Igbos, so we're no stranger to. We are also no stranger to such persecution. So I say all that only because we're not here to compare those atrocities or those persecutions, that trauma. But we are here to acknowledge it, and we're not scared to talk about it, right? Like that's the great thing about this forum, is that we can talk about them. We know that there's more. There's always more to the story, right? So that being said, but I was talking offline with Motugo, and you spoke about. I thought what you spoke, something that you said clicked with me. I was like, that's pretty cool. And you've talked about this too with regard to genes, but we kind of overlooked the fact that our genes are really like, that's what DNA is. It's programmed instruction, right? Mm. So can you speak a little bit more to your experiences
as far as
like your astrophysical experiences, like in going back to the Biafran War?
Yeah, sure. I was talking to Nick earlier on the phone, and I mentioned a dream that I had a consistent dream I tend to have, maybe every 5 or whatever years, doesn't matter anyway. I'm in the village, and there's a bunch of European soldiers. I can literally smell the gunpowder. It's a terrifying dream. I really don't like it. I can't give you all the visuals of that dream because all dreams can be a little bit sporadic.
Yes, of course.
Images, whatever. But I know I'm definitely in Nigeria, and or Biafra probably. I don't know. I just see trees. I see gun smoke. I'm naked, and it's just a scary environment. So if that's my imagination or maybe my genetic genes, the memory is locked in, and that genetic code, I do ponder that. I'm not sure. I can't confirm it, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was the latter.
That's crazy.
If it was the latter, like if that's the case, if it was.
Well, there's a whole study on this called
I know.
epigenetics.
Epigenetics, yes, correct. Yeah.
A whole study on that.
In fact, in old books, it was like when they talked about families being cursed. That's actually it's just epigenetics. Really.
Your genes have memories.
Yeah, your genes have memories. So I think that was pretty powerful, though.
Yeah,
it was really powerful.
It's terrible.
So,
it's terrible.
And I forgot to say, welcome back from the mask. So, I couldn't help it. That was good, huh? Welcome back. Last week you were wearing the mask, and now
you're doing bang.
F y'all. That was a great bang. That was a great bang. Welcome back. Welcome.
One thing that we have to make sure that we have to people to subscribe.
That joke would have been better.
Oh, you're right. Okay, I'll say that before we go. Yeah, I'm glad you said that.
That joke would have been better had I got to actually say what I was going to say last week until Gabriel megged me.
I megged you?
You megged me.
What does that mean?
Shut up, Meg.
Shut up, Meg.
Yeah, you're absolutely
He said shut up for real?
No, he said shut up. He said nobody cares.
You faded off on that.
Really? Yes. It's awesome. It's kind of cool.
You know what's funny? Okay, I told Nick that's great content, but I don't like that.
But you're the youngest. Take it.
Hey, man,
see what I'm saying?
I don't see it that way, man.
See what I'm
That's a him thing. I don't see it that way.
No, it's cool.
Hey,
It's cool.
I see all my brothers as just brothers. That's it. So that's it. I'm not. Well, I am formal and ordinal, but I see all. Hey, man, you're a brother. That's
great content, whatever. But I'm not gonna be that character.
So yeah, I know, right?
Please,
I'm no longer gonna. We're not here to. We're here. But we are here to be respectful of each other.
No, but we're not with that.
Not that big deal.
I'm sorry. No, I mean,
Hello.
we have no problem being younger than the elders. Like, there's no problem with that.
I ain't got a problem with that.
Hey man, I respect all you guys equally. Man.
sorry,
I
you said
all bets.
Hey, that's true too.
Nick does it. Nick does it.
too. I was like,
Nick does it.
I respect all you guys equally. I don't know what you're talking about.
Chida will tell you to shut up. And that's it. I didn't say
Hey,
that.
whoa. Slow down. If I tell you to shut up, it's justifiable.
Oh,
just
jeez.
so you know.
Yeah, there you go.
I might be like on the slide, like, hey man, shut up, man. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So
No.
I don't do disrespectful.
No.
All right. Good Lord. Anyway, before we close and before we ask anyone to like, share, and/or subscribe, I want to do a review. So this summer was actually pretty cool for me because last week, Secret Invasion, I got to see Samuel L. Jackson on my computer and/or TV screen every week. Until last week, because Secret Invasions has come to a close. It was a 6-part episode. On
terrible show.
Wow, you guys got it was a treat to see Samuel L. Jackson on my computer for like every Wednesday for 6 weeks. I'll take it.
You know what saddens me? What saddens me is that when you get a podcast and it gains notoriety and gets famous, you can't tell the truth anymore. You know, like there's a lot of guys out there who did not like a lot of these things out here, but like, you know, if they go in like they want to go in,
Yes.
then like they'll be disbarred
They'll
from
be
a lot of
canceled,
like
yeah.
canceled from a lot of the
Yeah.
situations like that. But then again, I could be wrong because people like eviscerated She-Hulk. They eviscerated
Yeah, I was gonna say,
what else was it that everybody hated? Everybody
I thought
hated
She-Hulk.
everybody's
was
hating
okay.
everything.
Thor, Love and Thunder.
that too. Yeah.
Everybody's
Yeah,
hating
they
everything.
tripped down. They kind of tripped down on Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah,
It's
trash.
Like, it was
Even
trash.
even
It wasn't great.
even YouTubers who I thought were bought up by Disney are actually
They
talking.
admitted that it was trash. Like,
Secret Invasion.
What?
Secret Invasion.
No, nobody likes that.
Yeah, it was bad.
I really thought that what they did with the Skrulls, like as a refugee or an oppressed race, or that they lost a war, I really thought that it had a lot. It had some connections to what we deal with here on Earth. Like they're migrant.
That's what they want you to believe.
Oh, damn.
We're not aliens.
I've been sold.
I'm not a Skrull. And you can't take my struggle of my people and put it on a Marvel movie. and try to get me to buy into that bullshit.
Wow.
The Secret Invasion, like, I mean, like, where do I start? I mean, like, the beginning of it wasn't interesting. It was just like a situation where they were just trying to make, you know, a new villain, like, relatable to, I guess, whatever struggle they had going on, like, that's relatable to Nick Fury. So they make up new stories where all of a sudden Nick Fury promises to give them a world. Meanwhile, they had a world that Thanos was living on. Thanos was fine. Thanos' world.
Yeah, it was a beautiful world.
It wasn't Thanos' world, though, was it?
He found the world.
He found the world.
Thanos did?
They cut his head off. Like he's up there with his head cut off.
Oh, give me what Thanos was on?
Yeah. It's a great world.
Give him Thanos.
And it's nearby, right? It's right by Saturn.
Like, we were there like 10 minutes.
You guys are mean.
Like, I mean, like, it's goofy. Like,
Guardians of the Galaxy have a lot of choices.
You guys messed up.
yeah, there you go.
All these worlds.
They have a lot of worlds all the time.
It's ridiculous. Like, I'll find you a world. Like, it's a war. What are you talking about? Like, yo.
You guys are mean, man.
So he's out here, like, framing Germans. Who was he framing? The Russians? Like, who cares?
Russians.
What was the guy's name? I don't know. Like,
Gravik.
Hey, by the way, the guy who played Gravik did a great job.
I think so too.
I think it was
but
good.
I think the worst thing on that show was the action sequences that we had to suffer and watch.
Trash.
With Sam Jackson and his knock knees.
Oh, man.
He's knock kneed. He's knock kneed.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But you know he's older though. You know what I'm saying? Like it happens. Like you know Kenny.
Because you become knock kneed? I disagree with that.
It gets worse and worse. All right. So anyway. No, there were scenes. The action sequences were hard to watch. I thought I was watching like a CW or something like that.
God, you guys are
and then
CW.
like
the
Flash and all that stuff.
That's funny.
And
Bad CGI.
And then
That's CGI.
I mean, but guys, it's not movie quality CGI.
Understood.
and the woman's arms were too short.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, when she flexed.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
Yeah, I saw
with
that.
the Drax arm.
But it was
arms.
okay. So wait, okay, entertained or not entertained? I was entertained. What do you say?
Well, not entertained. Like,
Not entertained.
but here's one thing I feel bad for Marvel. I feel like they've their A team is gone now. So like, I mean, the team that they created before that everybody had interested in, like those characters, they better bring the X-Men quick because right now people they're not interested in these people. Like,
Okay.
go ahead.
Well, yeah, you got Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds coming back, so we'll see what that happens. Entertained. I'm really both. There are certain episodes that I like.
You gotta pick one, bro.
Okay, not entertained.
Not entertained.
I gotta pick one.
Not entertained.
Wow. Okay, that's 3 not entertained and only 1 entertained. Again, I'm alone. You know what? Shut up, all y'all. All right, that's it, man. We're gonna end it there. So there's more to the story. See you next episode. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Thank you.